We are very excited about our next guest. Why? Because it's a very talented Connie Britton. She is known for her roles in Friday Night Lights, yes. Nashville, oh, I love that show. Season 1 of The White Lotus, loved her in that too. Now she stars in the new Apple TV Plus series. It's called Dear Edward. It tells a fictional story about a little boy named Edward who is the only survivor of a plane crash. Britton plays a wealthy woman. Her name is Dee Dee Cameron, whose husband dies in the accident. In this clip from before the crash, she meets her daughter for a very special birthday meal at one of their favorite restaurants.
May I get you ladies something to get started with?
Oh, yes. We always start with the Ossetra caviar, please, and the foie gras. Sorry, ducks. I'm salivating. Are you salivating?
And a bottle of Cristal, please.
Yes, and a bottle of Cristal. We've been sneaking it since she was 18, and they don't mind here.
And I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. I'll get that right out to you, ladies.
Thank you. He's so cute. Oh, my God, I love him. You could date him.
Are you okay?
I mean, I don't know. Do you think he's gay? He works in the theater? Or you're gay? I don't know. I'm sorry. That's so rude. You can be gay, straight, whatever. Honey, I don't care. You be whoever you want.
Can we?
Yes. Let's change the subject.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Different kind of mom.
A different kind of mom.
Friday Night Lights, so different kind of mom.
Different kind of mom.
Yes.
Friday Night Lights, yes.
That's called acting, Connie Britton. And she joins us first on CBS Mornings. Clearly, you're very irritating to your daughter there, and I think this is a fun nugget about you in this particular role. It says, you turned to the cast of New Jersey's Real Housewives of New Jersey for some inspiration. I don't know, was it Teresa? Was it Melissa? Was it Dolores?
Oh, clearly
was
you've
it
never
Jennifer?
watched.
Oh, no, I don't know this show. Was it Dolores? What were you looking for
It was
when
an
you did that?
amalgam of them all of those
Jennifer?
beautiful ladies, you know. I just wanted to kind of get, I love the idea of somebody that we see from the outside, what we have these ideas about, and I'm like, okay, I want to get underneath that. Like, who are they really?
Yes.
So I thought that was a fun place to start with this character.
But it reunites you with the showrunner. It must be nice to be wanted, as Tony was saying about Friday Night Lights. It reunites you and Jason again together. And he said he thought about you for this role in particular. And when you read the role, you thought, yeah, this is me?
I know. I
want this?
I was so surprised, especially because he was from Friday Night Lights, and this character is so different from Tammy Taylor. But I love that. I love that he had a vision for that and for me and for us coming back together. And it was just a joy. It was so much fun.
But there's some tough stuff in here. I mean, it's not giving away too much to say that your character loses her husband in this plane crash. It's at the center of the story, and you're in a grief support group and part of it. Did you have to learn things about grief yourself in order to get into that role?
Well, I've had experience with grief, and but again, everybody's experience is individual. But I think what's great about this show and what I was able to tap into playing this character is that there is a really primal, universal aspect to grief. We all experience grief. You cannot go through life without experiencing loss and pain and grief.
That's right.
And that is something that is connective tissue for all of us as human beings, which is why I think people are going to love this show.
And to that point you were telling me in the green room, you're at a point in your career now where you want your roles to in some way help reflect to viewers at home what is happening in the world. Can you expound on that?
Well, I think that we are, and we may not even realize it, but I think that as a culture we're experiencing collective grief because of this pandemic we've been going through, because of the climate crisis. There is global grief happening on a very major level, and we don't necessarily have the language for that. And so my hope is with this show that people are going to recognize themselves, even though these characters are going through different experiences. There's something that's going to connect and make people feel seen, and then make them feel like, oh, I can look at this. I can find a way to talk about grief in my own experience, in my own life.
I think you raised such a good point, because I think we are going through so much as a society. I don't think we even realize how heavy times are.
Yeah.
Because we don't often drill down on it. And I think sometimes you need to get through grief in however it shows itself, with humor. So this, as sad as this show is, and I'm getting on a plane later today, so I'm totally freaked out because I'm a nervous flyer, so I'm like, But as tough as the show is, it's not a sad sack show.
No.
No, it's not something that's going to bring you down. All the storylines are great. All the characters are going through something.
Well, first of all, for me, in my experience of grief personally, the thing that pulled me out of it, the thing that I remember the most, is the humor. The people that surround me in my life that came in and brought laughter and reminded me of light, you know? And so with this character, I really wanted to make sure that she brought the humor to the show in some ways, and because I think that that's an important aspect when we're
Yes.
looking at the pain of loss. And so I think people are going to come away watching the show. I don't want people to think, oh, I can't watch that
Yeah, I
show.
don't
It's going to
wanna
make me
watch it.
too
No,
depressed
no.
tonight.
It's very
I think
well
people
done.
are going to come away and feel actually uplifted.
I loved you in White Lotus.
Yeah.
Are you coming back?
I was going to tuck in a question on that as well.
Some fans think you are.
That's the big question.
Any
Do you know
revelations?
the answer?
This is a news show. You can break some news, Connie.
You have an agent working on that right now? I mean, what's happening? The fans
Oh my
want
gosh!
you.
You know what? I adore Mike White. I think he
Yes,
is
he's
a brilliant
fantastic.
genius. I just will always work with him in any capacity. And
Okay. I'm gonna take that as a yes. Connie Britton, thank you. Dear Edward is available to stream right now on Apple TV Plus. Chances are you have it on your phone. You really do.